Now in the booth is Eamon Coghlan, and Eamon will be helping us cover two events, the men's 3-mile and also the mobile mile.
I'm certainly looking forward to the 3-mile, Charlie. I've been known mainly as an indoor mile. That's where I've built up my reputation over the last decade or so. But this is the event I really would like to run in the most. World champion at the 5,000 meters, fastest man ever in the 3-mile indoors. This is the one I feel most comfortable at.
This is more your speed. I hate to use that word. That sounds like a terrible pun. But I have the impression that you're, as far as the future is concerned, the Olympic Games are concerned, that you're going the longer distance, relating more to the 3-mile.
That's correct. Well, in the Olympic Games, I will be running at the 5,000 meters. I've been dubbed as the favorite for that event. I don't necessarily like being dubbed as the favorite, but it certainly is my favorite event of all, the 3-mile, the 5,000 meters. All
right, let's address ourselves to this race, and we have a big field, a very large field.
I think the three people you've got to watch out here for, naturally, the overwhelming favourite's got to be Doug Padilla. Every race he's run so far this indoor season he's won. Also Marcus Riefel, former European indoor champion at 3,000 metres, ranked number 9 in the world at 5,000 for 1983. And of course, John Gregorek from Team Adidas, who's the fastest miler in the field. He's run 3:51 mile back in 1981. He lost some form in the last 2 years, but he's coming very strong now this year.
One thing to watch, I think, Eamon, is whether Gregorek can stay with a long, sustained kick, the likes of which Doug Padilla may press on everyone here over the last half mile. He's got excellent speed himself.
Well, John Gregorek ran against Doug Padilla at the U.S. Olympic Invitational in the Netherlands earlier this year. He finished 2 seconds behind Padilla when he ran 7:48 as compared to 7:46 for Padilla. He said, though, on that occasion, he had no speed work done whatsoever prior to the race. Since then, he's worked on his speed. He's much sharper coming into this race. I spoke to him a little while ago and he said, I'm going to be ready tonight for that speed of Doug Padilla's.
Doug Padilla with Bill Crone running second. Padilla does like to set his own pace. He likes to control the race. The normal statement is that when you run into a track or when you run out of a track, nobody likes to run out in front. They'd rather sit behind, be pulled along, a little drafting, and now there's a little change of pace. Now, let me point out that this event will last in the neighborhood of 13 minutes. So we'll be going away to pick up other events, but we'll be coming back. Don't worry about it. You're not going to miss the exciting finish. Earlier, we covered this event. Laps to go in the men's 3-mile run. Sampson, Abwacha, Dan Henderson, Tom Schmidt, Doug Padilla's fourth, Bill Crone, and John Gregorek. How has it been developing, Eamon?
Well, as you can see, Doug Padilla, he's quite content just to sit back in about 4th or 5th position in this race. He's got the race pretty much under control. He realizes that everybody out there is trying to beat him. He's not going to show any cards at this stage. He just wants to sit back because it's very, very early in this race. They haven't even approached the hard stage of the race. Normally in a 3-mile race, the runners just begin to feel the pinch going through the 2-mile, 2.5-mile mark. And at the mile mark, they went through in 4:24. That's relatively slow pace compared to what Doug Padilla is used to running. His best time for the distance is 13:07. He ran here last year. But his equivalent 5,000 meter time, he ran 13:17. Works out at about 12:50, 12:47 for 3-mile, which is faster than anybody in the field.
We'll be coming back with the conclusion of this race, but have you ever wondered where the steeplechase came from? That's called a segue. Well, in old England, they had races from church steeples to church steeple. Chase looks like they ran from church steeple to church steeple, jumping over hedges and jumping over streams. That is the background of that race and that Olympic legend. Now let's come back live. Just over 16 laps to go in the men's 3-mile.
Samson Abwacha from the Converse Track Club is in the lead. He took over just a couple of laps ago. Running in second place, Tom Smith, the 3:56 indoor miler, a man with great speed. Running now second, Doug Padilla, number 296, is now in third.
And talking about steeplechasing, John Gregorek, who is in third position, he's the steeplechaser who is expected to make the U.S. Olympic team at this distance. He's the fastest miler in the field, and he will have the speed at the end of the race.
Eamon, quickly, if you were in the race, where would you be right now?
I'd be exactly where Doug Padilla is. You cannot win the race at this stage. You want to relax to the latter stages.
We'll come back with the conclusion of this race now. Let's check in with Leroy Walker, the women's long jump. 7.5 laps to go. It is Doug Padilla, Tom Smith, Samson Abwacha, Marcus Ripple, Bill Crone, Gregoric, and Brian Demur making a move. Eamon.
They went through the 2-mile mark, it unofficially in 8 minutes and 53 seconds, which is about 20 seconds off what you consider world-class pacing. And Doug Padilla is beginning to stretch them out because he realizes John Gregoric has got faster miling speed. And also you'll notice Marcus Riefel in third place from Switzerland. He's probably the most experienced international runner of all. He's been content to run behind Padilla all night. Now he's taken the lead and he wants to stretch Padilla out.
Are you surprised?
I am surprised, really, because both of these runners have got what's called reflex speed, the ability to be able to pass quickly on the straightaways. These straightaways are only 40 yards long, and it's that kind of speed you need to be able to get by quickly. And Marcus Riefel realizes how experienced Padilla has been on the board, and he wants to try and draw this reflex speed out of Padilla.
8 minutes and 52 seconds through the 2-mile time. And I think Riffle realizes that he has to try and bury some of these guys. There's too many in the lead right now. You don't get races that are fast at 2 miles in a 3-mile race this bunched up in the leadership.
Both Marcus Riefel and Doug Padilla have what I consider excellent style for running indoors. They're both light, they've got short, snappy strides, except Doug Padilla's is a little bit longer than Riefel's from Switzerland. Both have got the ability to be able to use the bank turns to get centrifugal force coming off that turn that catapults them down the home straight, and Doug Padilla has the most experience in this technique.
Here comes Padilla taking the lead again. He wants to set the pace. Riefel dropping back in second. Bill Crone is running third.
Notice how easily Doug Padilla was able to just cruise by Padilla. The same ability that Don Page had in the 1,000 yards. He passed 4 people in the short straightaway.
Less than 3 laps to go. Steve Lacey is in third. And he makes his move at second.
Lacey, Charlie, and Eamon, a man really with excellent speed here, too. He's a 3:54 indoor miler a couple of years ago.
That's right.
Up a distance as you did.
When I first broke the world indoor record, he actually was my rabbit there. He hasn't been around the scene in the last 2 years, but I'm very surprised now to see him come back, and it's great actually to see him come back running so well.
A lap and a half to go. Padilla, Lacey, Riffle, and Bill Crone, the top 4.
Charlie, here comes the race right now.
Padilla, Riffle, Lacey.
Just watch Riefel and Doug Padilla in first place going at it. As I said, they both have the ability to be able to sprint quickly on these short straightaways, but watch how Padilla uses the turns. He's able to use this light frame to carry him around the turn and catapult down the back straight.
5 feet 9, 132 pounds, 5th in the world at 5,000 meters. Doug Padilla looks like he's headed for victory.
Doug Padilla is just able to cruise down that home straight ahead of Riefel.
And Steve Lacey comes in third. Padilla, Riefel, and Lacey. That's the way they finish in the men's 3-mile. Unofficially 13:08 plus some change, and that is not close to the meet record held by Eamon Coggin. Eamon, quickly, how is the stress fracture coming? How's your training going?
Stress fracture is fine. I'm back running about 10 days now. So far, so good. There's absolutely no sign of any pain there. And I expect by March 1st to get back into full running training and to be right on key for the Olympic Games.
Did this increase the anxiety level tremendously with you down 6 weeks at a key time in preparation for Los Angeles?
If it wasn't an Olympic year, I'd be a little bit concerned about trying to come back, having missed an indoor season. But this year, I'm turning the disadvantage into an advantage. I'm saying to myself, I see all these guys running hard. I'm resting up. I'm going to be fresh for LA.
And Eamon will be back with us later for the men's mobile.